Today's reading is Mage, an entry from the Monster Encyclopedia book series. A kind of nocturnal harpy that inhabits the dark depths of the forest. They're also called forest sages since they're endowed with extremely high intelligence and wisdom, and the mannerisms of a cat. They have a medium-sized physique for a member of the harpy family, and they're plump with many feathers as well, so their flying ability is inferior, which is strange considering that they're an owl. However, mana is abundantly stored in their feathers, and they excel at using it to cast spells. Their distinctively large, sharply glaring eyes give them an excellent night vision. On top of that, they are also evil eyes, which can put a spell on anyone that makes eye contact with them. It is said that when locking eyes with them, one's head will space out, one will become unable to think of anything, and one will lose their sense of direction and be drawn staggering towards them, perhaps to ask a question about directions. On the other hand, they have a prudent, calm personalities. Normally, many just sit still in the forest. For example, even if a man encounters them in the forest under normal circumstances, one can interact rationally with them and probably even get these erudite harpies to part with some of their wisdom. However, since they're a kind of harpy, they do have a breeding season just the same. When entering breeding season, their desire for a human male reproductive partner is overpowering, yet it doesn't seem to cause them to lose control over themselves or become more ferocious. So in other words, they act as calmly and as prudently as usual, even while prioritizing satisfying the urge to breed. For the men who are their prey, this makes them even more terrifying huntresses. They hunt under the cover of darkness, and when they glare at their prey with shining eyes, it gives an eerie impression and gives an ominous premonition. If a man in a dark forest where he can't see ahead of him turns his eyes towards a light that suddenly appears, it's their evil eyes, and at that moment he'll end up under their spell. Also, the mana contained in their feathers enables them to fly silently, so a man will be pinned down without even noticing that they were flying towards him, only to end up gazing into their evil eyes filled with the light of desire as they stare down at him. In this manner, they reign supreme in the darkness of night, during which escape from their eyes is impossible. Just like the ominous premonition felt by prey, one cannot escape the fate of mating with them. In general, perhaps because of their active mode of life, most harpies tend to prefer sex with furious movement, but on the other hand, perhaps because of the owl mage's typically sedentary, quiet mode of life, they prefer to take their sweet time enjoying lengthy intercourse with their husband at night. During the day, they prefer to spend their time, such as by quietly embracing their husband's body with their soft, fluffy feathers, mutually touching and enjoying physical intimacy, after which they may fall asleep, just like that. Also, when having marital sex or spending time cuddling, they have a habit of staring at their husband without ever averting their eyes. During the hunt, these eyes give their prey an ominous premonition, but they just won't take their eyes off their husband due to how much they love him, and they continue staring at him. It is said that these eyes seem unbearably loving to their husband.